Welcome back, everyone. It is time to go over all of my purchases from Ulta that I did a haul in. I'll link the haul down below if you want to check it out, but I will be reviewing everything, kind of going over what I really enjoyed, what I didn't like, what I thought was kind of so-so, and lots of different brands here as well. So high-end and drugstore prices, so that's always kind of fun to kind of see the difference between those. So I have a lot of Ulta beauty products, so we'll go ahead and just start there. Some of the things that I got, like this cute little case, came in like one of those you buy a certain amount from Ulta, you get a bunch of things for free. And so some of those things I didn't actually open up because they're things I just don't really need in my collection. Some different eyeshadows, some different like blush, bronzer, highlight things. So I have that kind of in my area for either giveaways or gifts for friends. You know, a lot of times my friends will come over and we'll go over in my makeup and I'll just give them a bunch of stuff if they're looking for something in particular. So I have it kind of that area. So I can't really review those, but I didn't really want to open them just because I know I didn't really need them. So other than that, some of the Ulta things that I did play around with that I'm really enjoying, the first thing is this Ulta Beauty Sunscreen Protection SPF 50. It is a rose water setting spray, and so this is something that you can use kind of after your makeup's done, or I like to do it before my makeup, even before my primer. I would just spray all of this over my face and my neck and my ears and everything like that, and I would let it sit for a little bit, let it dry down, and then I would do my makeup routine. Because this has such a really great high SPF, I think it's a fantastic just kind of base to really keep that protection. This is a really high SPF too. A lot of times different makeup products have like maybe SPF 15. So to have an SPF 50 I think is fantastic. It does have a pretty good sprayer on there, nice mist. It says rose, but it doesn't smell like rose to me. It smells definitely like sunscreen and a little bit kind of like a mint scent. Does it say that it has a mint scent? I'm not really sure, but I thought it was fantastic, and I believe it was $15, and there's a lot of product in here, 3.4 fluid ounces, and Ulta always has sales, so it was buy one get one half off when I got that one, so now I have a backup. The other product I have is this Ulta Beauty Matte Makeup Setting Spray. This I've already kind of basically gone through 2/3 of it, so it does go quickly, but this is a tiny little bottle. I thought this was great as well. I think it had a really good mist to it, a really good spray. I don't know if the full size is the same. I imagine this is just not the full size. And I don't know if it was mattifying, but it did help kind of keep my makeup set for the day, so I thought it was a great one and a really good affordable price. The next was this Ulta Beauty Tinted Eye Primer. This was in Satin Blush, so it had a little bit of a color to it, which I think is nice depending on what look I'm going for to have that. This also could just be really great as a nice cream shadow all over, you know, the lid if you just wanted a tiny bit of color. That didn't really show up too well. And so I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a great one to kind of give a little extra base to my shadow. I focused this a little bit more on the lid and a little bit higher up because I like to have either a nice kind of cream or very light shimmer on my brow bone, so I didn't want this to kind of distort that color. But for a primer slash just cream shadow, I thought it was nice. It was light, it was creamy, and had a nice pigmentation, but it wasn't something too crazy where if you wanted it just as a primer, that you could have that and easily cover it up with any of the shadows. The next was the Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliner in Blackout. I loved this. Number one, love the packaging. It has like a click to the cap, so the cap is not going anywhere. That's a huge pet peeve for me. It is a super nice jet black, really creamy. I really love it for the waterline. It stays in the waterline. I've already sharpened it a couple times, so I've been using it. It's also nice to kind of smoke up if you want some liner on the top lash line, to smoke it under the lash line with a brush. I like it. I like it a lot. So nice, affordable eyeliner that stays, and it does have a little extra on the bottom, which I think is cute. So like when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm done, I need to, you know, get a new one, you have that little extra bit at the bottom. Then I have the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in Light. I am not usually a huge fan of these, but I thought it was really great. It had a nice amount on the brush to disperse throughout your brows. It's not something for me personally that I could just use this, just because I do have to fill quite a bit of my brow in the front because it doesn't grow until like here. But it's a great one for just kind of lightly putting through the brow once everything's done. Kind of acts a little bit as a setting, not really, but just kind of to keep everything in place. And so I did think that this was great. I've tried a couple different brands, and so this actually has been my favorite so far. I just think that it's a nice product. Then I had the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil. This smells amazing. This one's in peach. Oh, really nice scent. It's kind of an interesting applicator. It's a combination of plastic, and it's got some fuzzies like a regular doe foot. Makes your lips feel really moisturized. It has a really juicy effect to your lips, just a really great gloss. There's no glitter in there. It's just really nice shine and really comfortable on the lips. Smells great. A+, love that. I know there's several different flavors. Doesn't give any color or anything like that. It's just really pretty. Is that... Oh, one last thing I think in the Ulta section. Yes. This was the Ulta Beauty Matte Lipstick, Liquid Lipstick. Oh, I did write the name in the other video, so I'll try to find that again. Or it was not my video, it was a Get Ready With Me. It's gorgeous. I think it was called like... I don't remember. I'll link it down below, but it's a really beautiful color. It's just really nice and light and like thin in the application. It lasts a long time. It doesn't have really intense metallicness that it's just like, you know, feels like it's too much. For someone who doesn't really like the metallic lips, you probably would like this just because it's really subtle. And I do feel like it lasted a really good time. And it didn't feel uncomfortable again. And what else was about it? Oh, it does get a little bit of a film where I have that urge that I need to wipe it off, but that's after quite a few hours. So it's going to be something that you probably are not going to want to wear all day, but you could probably apply it a couple times during the day and still feel like you've got a really nice wear of your lipstick. All right, so those are all the Ulta. I'm actually really excited about kind of branching into that brand again, and would totally pick up some more Ulta Beauty products and really suggest it, especially when they have all those really cool sales or opportunities to get a lot of freebies. So next we have, I got the two Emily Edit, the Needs and the Wants palettes by Makeup Revolution, Revolution Beauty, whatever you like to call it. And I really enjoyed both of these products. I think that they have fantastic mirrors. I loved the idea of them. I thought the products themselves were really great. This creates a really nice neutral everyday look with the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. I thought that the pigmentation again was really great on most everything. There was a few shadows in the Wants palette. Oh, look at that mirror. In the Wants palette that don't have as great pigmentation, where I do feel like you need to grab a brush with some like Fix Plus or something like on there. Like Eve Rose, I didn't have like really great pigment to it. Oh Heavens, there was a couple more, but for the most part, they're all super blendable, pigmented, gorgeous. The metallics are really beautiful. The mattes are really beautiful. And for the price, I mean, I think it's great, and I think Emily's great. So really enjoyed those and totally would suggest them. The products, two products that I did not like, so these are kind of my misses. I don't know if I could still return them or not. I have to go to Ulta anyway, so maybe I'll see, but they're not crazy expensive, so I'm not like super heartbroken if I just need to pass them on to a friend. But these are the LA Girl Pro Concealers, the HD High Definition. I've been wanting to grab these for so long. Like, I've had these in like my eye view forever, like basically ever since I started like doing YouTube stuff, because everyone was like, oh my gosh, these are the best things. Like makeup artists are like, these are what I have in my kit. They're fabulous. They're amazing. The colors I got was porcelain for the concealer. So I just did a little swatch right there. And then I got the peach corrector because I really do like having kind of a peachy tone to cancel out my under eyes. That's where that is. I just don't know the hype here. I don't get it. Help me. If you love these products, let me know how to use them. So first off, the peach one is just too pigmented where I think I'm just too fair for it. The Benefit Peach Corrector I can use and I love it, but maybe this one is just too intense where it was really hard to try to blend it out, and I would have to go really heavy-handed with like some concealer or foundation underneath the eyes afterwards to really have it kind of be a little bit more realistic looking and natural looking. So this itself just didn't work with me color-wise. I just didn't think that it blended very well. It was kind of patchy. I don't know. I just wish I loved it, but I didn't. The concealer too, I didn't get it. I think that once I had it underneath my eyes, I used either a beauty blender or a brush. The color just kind of disappeared and I didn't find it to have any coverage. Maybe a little brightening, maybe. But I just didn't feel like it did anything. And so I don't get the hype. Next I had two NYX products. This was buy one, get one half off, I think. So I needed a some primers, so I grabbed the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer and the NYX Pigment Primer. And I thought both of these were really good. You know, I think that the pigment one was really great at, you know, giving maybe a little extra tackiness. But for the most part, I felt like they were pretty similar. They both had a really nice thin consistency. I personally, yeah, they're basically almost the same. I personally like a little bit more of a cream texture, like for instance, I really love the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I really love, there was a BH Cosmetics Lip and Eye Primer that I adored. I think I used it all up. What's another great one? There's just some out there that have like a little bit more of a nude tone, so it cancels out everything, and they just are thicker. These are more of that thin, clear consistency, which is also really great. I just prefer it. So I like these and I will keep them and I'll use them, but I don't know if it's something that I would like run out and repurchase immediately and like have to have. Next I have the Stila. These gorgeous beauties. These are the, what were they called? Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. I had gotten two little sets. Oh, I guess these were from Sephora. So Ulta and Sephora haul. And I had gotten them. They had these little cute kits where you could get these little mini of them. And these suckers are just insane. They're so pretty. I totally suggest getting one of these kits. If you love glitter, even if you're only going to wear them every once in a while, having the little smaller samples are going to be great for you. They're just insane. They really have very minimal fallout. I would just put these over top of my shadows and just kind of pat them on there, and they would have really great pigmentation where you're not only getting a little color, but you're getting that dense glitter, and very, very minimal fallout at the end of the night. And the fact that I don't have to use an additional primer for it. Like I use the Lit Glitter Glue, which is insane. It's so good for loose pigment glitter. But I don't have to do that. I can just put this right over top of a shadow and it stays. So AA+ on these. Anytime I wear these, I get tons of compliments, and I'm someone who I just like to wear glitter all the time. So even if it's not like a special occasion, I'll pop on a little glitter on my lids, and I don't think that these are so like intense where someone's like, oh my gosh, what is that person wearing all that glitter? I think it just is kind of a nice neutral glitter, if that's such a thing. All right, 2 of these are high-end things that I had gotten with my Sephora purchase as some little extras. So I got the Makeup Forever. This was the face color in, is that an S? Yeah, S214. I guess it doesn't have a name. But it's this beauty right here, and it's supposed to be like a blush or a shadow, I assume. Really pretty color, nice creamy kind of matte. I thought it was a really pretty, like that nice flushed look of color on your lips, or on your cheeks for a blush. And then I really liked it as a shadow too. So do I think that it's something that you need to pay the Makeup Forever price for? I don't think so. I think I probably could find something similar. Let me see, in the Emily Wants palette. Maybe Cheer, actually. Oh, that's a lot darker. But sheared out, like trying to very light-handed. This one has a little bit more rose and the other one has more pink, but you could find something, I think, similar to it even as a shadow to kind of create that same look on your cheeks. So I wouldn't run out, but I do think that it was fun to try kind of that high-end product. And last but not least, another disappointment. This is a YSL, the Vinyl Cream Creamy Stain in 401. It was a like I think 100-point perk. It has a floral scent, which doesn't really bother me. It's kind of like a sweet candy floral, and it's a very thin consistency for kind of that liquid stain. And the color's gorgeous. When I first applied it, I really, loved how the color looked on my lips. But pretty soon after, I would say like a half an hour to an hour into the wear, I started feeling like I had this like plastic kind of film on my lips, and almost kind of like balled up on my lips, even if I hadn't eaten or drinking, just kind of my normal, just living life. You would just kind of get this like texture where, again, I had that urge where I needed to wipe it off and either reapply it or put something else on there. The color was great, but just for how expensive YSL products are, I just wasn't really impressed with the formulation, and something that's gonna feel so like kind of gross on your lips and ball up, no bueno. So that was also kind of a miss for me. Wouldn't really suggest it. I don't know if any of the other colors have better vibes to them, but this one itself, pretty in the color, but not in the wear. So that is my review on all of the recent purchases that I got from Ulta and Sephora. Hopefully this was helpful. I will have a review coming up for my large Colourpop haul very soon. Still testing that out. I want to make sure and have like a good review for you guys on all of these recent hauls that I've been doing. And so that will be coming up, and I hope you guys are doing fabulous, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!